We had a great time on the boat.
It was really fun. I had a really good time. Oh my fuck. What the hell?
Every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as shit. So I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. Or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. The nanny has been able to have my son more than me. Who her nigga is, who she fucking filming movies with, I don't give a fuck. I care about my son. That's all I care about. And when that's taken from me, she know that's the only way I get frustrated. That's the only way she can get under my skin, because I don't care what she does. We haven't been together. This might be a curveball to a lot of people, but me and her has not been together for a long time.
What? Oh. Fuck all that. Don't even.
That can't even be real.
Fuck all that, bro. Fuck all that.
But that can't even be real. That's the thing.
But don't even. But you remember we talked about last night? Fuck all that. Let me say something. It's not.
No, I'm saying, but I don't know where that even came from.
Yo, stop these fake allegations. This is a father. This is a real person. It's a good human being.
Even, but I don't.
But hey, bro, we on stream, bro.
Come on, like I gotta be.
Just don't do it, bro. Come here.
Don't even make no.
All that. That's my real friend. We're not gonna do no false shit to ruin this stream. He's a great human being. He does a lot for a lot of people. He's a man. He's a father, and we're gonna respect him. We're gonna love him. By the way, I already spoke with my lawyer about the DDG shit. I need to let everyone know really, really quickly. So I had to call my lawyer about DDG and his case. Just gonna be clarifying to everyone. I will not be saying certain things because I already know how to go about things and move about things and not get sued and not get countersued and not get cease and desists. So with that being said, I know exactly what to say and what I can say as a right from an American. I want to let you guys know I am a content creator named Aiden Ross, and everything I do on stream is not to be taken personal, but it's to be opened up about news and stuff like that. So just letting you guys know right now, I had a really, really long talk with my lawyer about what I can and cannot say. But I will be defending my brother DDG. So stay tuned for that, guys. We will talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, Halle, I'm good. I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. DDG always been good, bro, to me. You feel me? And I'm not gonna get that shit light, especially because there's a shot that shit not even real. Saying I support that gang until there's concrete evidence of somebody doing something. I would not fuel allegations that are not 100% true.
Like, you know, on your phone, if something's near, like AirPods or something is near, it'll alert you. Dog said he got an alert on his phone for an AirTag. Found that motherfucker in the whip.
When you got genuine people in your corner and a genuine person like Moo, who genuinely is like a great guy, who doesn't have no expectations other than wanting to see another person win and do good and be respectful. Every great attribute and characteristic in a person, he shows that.
I don't want to go to court. That's my whole thing. Like, going to court makes everything even more messy than what it is. Then you got to tell the judge real personal info, then folks get real parasocial, get to looking up stuff, get to seeing what's really going on, because I really ain't tell nobody nothing for real. I just said I just want to see my son. That's it. One thing I don't like when people do, I don't like when people hate on Halle. I don't care if people think she wrong or not, or if I think she wrong or right. She could be going through something mentally after having a kid that I can't understand as a man. So when situations like this happen, I try to handle it with as much grace as possible, because Halo needs her, you know, I need her. We need each other to create a childhood that's safe and fun and memorable for him. And for that reason alone, like, I got unconditional love and respect for her.
He says she threatened to take her own life with their baby still in the car. She says he's just trying to control her. And the court? They said neither of them posed a risk. But who's actually telling the truth? This wasn't supposed to be a scandal. It was supposed to be a quiet legal matter between two parents, two celebrities, trying to figure out who should raise their child. But once DDG filed a counter-restraining order against Halle Bailey, everything blew wide open. The documents weren't just legal red tape. They were were full of claims that made jaws drop. According to DDG, Halle wasn't just emotionally unstable, she was dangerous. He said she'd threatened to end her own life with their baby in the car. He said she tracked him using hidden air tags, stuffed in his cars, baby gear, even his vitamin water, and that she once attacked him so violently, she didn't just swing, she launched herself from the backseat, smashing her head against the wheel in the process. It didn't stop there. He even claimed she once walked out of the house with his firearm while pregnant. No word, no warning. This wasn't just a breakup. It sounded like a psychological thriller. So when the news broke that DDG had filed a temporary restraining order with all this evidence, people assumed the court would act fast, restrict her movement, assign him emergency custody, maybe even full legal protection. But instead, the court said no. They found no immediate risk to the child. They denied the request to restrict Halle from traveling with their son. She retained temporary sole custody, and her own restraining order against DDG remained in place. It made no sense. How could a judge hear those claims and say there was no danger? That's when the internet lost it, because just hours after the ruling, another version of the story came out, and it said something completely different. The public was already confused, but what came next made things spiral. In the restraining order, DDG didn't just say Halle was emotionally unstable. He painted a picture of someone in full meltdown mode. According to him, Halle had become obsessed with tracking his every move. Not just texts, not just calls, hidden air tags everywhere. He said he found one in his car, another inside the baby's diaper bag, the third inside a box in his house, and one even tucked into his vitamin water. Yes, vitamin water. That's how far he claims she went. But it wasn't just surveillance, it was violence. In one incident, he says Halle lunged at him from the backseat during an argument, trying to physically attack him. But in doing so, she accidentally smashed her head against the steering wheel, and later used that injury to claim he had hurt her. Then, it got darker. He says she left the house while pregnant without saying a word and took his registered weapon with her. No explanation. Just disappeared into the night with it. DDG painted himself not as the aggressor, but as the one constantly trying to protect himself, always watching his back, even inside his own house. But if things were really that bad, why wasn't the court convinced? Then came the moment that turned this into more than just he said, she said. In the restraining order, DDG alleged that Halle once attacked him with a knife. He submitted photos of the wound, proof, he said, that she crossed a physical line. This wasn't about yelling or tracking anymore. This was blood. Now, you'd think something like that would be a game changer, but it barely made headlines, and that's when the internet started digging, until they found something wild, a live stream from months ago.
You're about to go somewhere far.
I don't know. She said if she walk over here, you still on stream. She couldn't walk over here. She said she told you to get off.
You said what?
She told you to get off. She said she couldn't walk over. She's like, he better not be on stream. I just told her to get off.
She said she coming. Don't tell. I ain't trying to get no whooping, bro.
Yeah, she coming. She coming.
What am I supposed to do?
I think he off.
You want me to get up?
I mean, you're still on. We gonna go get some food.
Okay. I'm about to get up.
Okay.
She got a knife in her hand.
There's a knife in her hand.
Put it down.
I gotta go, y'all, before I get whooped.
You hear someone in the background saying, she coming, she got a knife, she told you to get off stream, and then DDG scrambling to end the broadcast. I gotta go, y'all, before I get whooped. It wasn't a confession, but it wasn't a good look either. There was no visible violence, just voices, panic, and confusion. Enough to make people raise an eyebrow, but not enough to stand up in court. Still, in the court of public opinion, it was gasoline on an already burning fire. But the most disturbing part, it wasn't even the worst thing he claimed. According to DDG, the darkest part of it all wasn't the fights, wasn't the knife, wasn't even the stalking. It was the way she allegedly used the pregnancy to keep him trapped. At one point, he said Halle's doctor prescribed her medication for an abortion, but she only took one of the pills. The second one, she never used it. The implication was clear. She changed her mind, not because she wanted the baby, but because she wanted control, leverage, a permanent tie to him that he could never escape. He claimed she deliberately used the pregnancy to manipulate his emotions, forcing him to stay in the relationship, even though everything else around them was crumbling. And while we don't have any medical records or receipts to confirm it, the mere suggestion of a move like that was enough to make people furious. Online, the reaction was brutal. Some said, there's no way anyone could lie about something so serious. Others fired back, why even bring this up with no proof? It was a ticking time bomb. But just when it looked like DDG had the upper hand, she hit back with a story that nearly tore his fan base apart. Out of nowhere, Halle dropped the bombshell. She said DDG cheated on her with Lala Baptiste. If you've followed DDG for a while, you know Lala isn't just a random name. She's been in his videos, his content, they've had chemistry on camera for years, and now Halle was saying it wasn't just for clicks. She accused DDG of hooking up with Lala during a Mexico trip while they were still together. It spread like wildfire. Fan theories, TikToks, Reddit threads. People dug up old footage looking for signs. But then Lala responded on stream, and she didn't hold back. Me and Darrow's relationship has always been platonic. We were on a group trip for someone's birthday. I didn't even stay near him. Nothing happened, ever. She sounded hurt, not just by the accusation, but by the fact that her name had been dragged into all of this.
Context behind these accusations in general is stemming from a group trip that our whole friend group went on, right? Our whole friend group went on this trip, and everyone on this trip can confirm there was nothing weird going on. I wasn't even staying near them. It was for someone's birthday. Like, me and Darrow's relationship has always been strictly started off as business. Obviously, if you know, you know, like, he put me onto YouTube, started off there, grew into a friendship, has always remained platonic. So it's very unfortunate. Like, I know people already have this narrative because it's just hard to believe that a guy and a girl can be friends. Like, it's hard to believe that me and him or any other guy and girl can just strictly be platonic friends, okay? But nothing has ever gone on past that. Ever.
And what's wild, even some fans believe her over Halle. They pointed out that Lala had never been messy online, never been in drama. She'd always seemed solid, but others weren't so sure. Some said, why would Halle lie? Others said, she's spiraling, she'll say anything. And in the middle of all of it, DDG, trying to play the calm one, trying to prove that he wasn't the villain. But the real twist came next, and it came straight from Halle's own messages. If there was ever a moment that made people pause, it was the text messages. When DDG filed for his temporary restraining order, he didn't just submit claims. He submitted screenshots of what he says are real texts from Halle. And they weren't just heated arguments. They were something else, something darker. You have ruined me and all my happiness. You hang up when I'm begging for help. You want to end me and you succeeded. Those weren't just breakup lines. That was the voice of someone unraveling. The spelling was broken. The grammar barely held together. It felt less like a conversation and more like a mental spiral in real time. At one point, she allegedly accused him of leaving her for someone in Mexico, again, implying it was Lala. She ranted about him choosing fame over family, talking about her to other women, and sleeping around while she suffered. It was raw, it was chaotic, and above all, it felt real. To some viewers, that made them sympathize with her. They said, this is what emotional distress looks like. But others saw it differently. This isn't just heartbreak, this is dangerous behavior. The tone shifted. People who were on Halle's side started backing off. They weren't sure what to believe anymore. But then came the final blow, the missing piece of evidence that made the whole thing feel unfinished. When Halle first filed her restraining order, she made a serious claim that there was a Ring camera recording showing DDG being abusive, a video that would prove everything. People waited and waited, but as days passed, it never came. No footage was released. No screenshots, not even a mention of it in the follow-up court filings. Nothing. And that silence spoke volumes. Because if you had a video that could prove you were in danger, why wouldn't you show it? Some argued she might be waiting for trial. Others said maybe it never existed. Either way, the internet noticed, and the tide turned. DDG's evidence may not have been perfect, but it was visible, it was detailed, and above all, it was consistent. Meanwhile, Halle's case felt like it had started to fall apart. Claims without proof, messages that painted her in a fragile light, and a missing video that was supposed to change everything. But was any of it enough to declare DDG the winner? Or was the real answer somewhere in the middle, where nobody walks away clean? This wasn't just a custody battle anymore. It had become a full-blown internet spectacle, and everyone, from influencers to random Twitter accounts, had an opinion. You had streamers going live, adding fuel to the fire. Yo, if this girl's caught lying in 4K, she needs to do time. Like real legal time.
Chat, y'all know the truth. I put DD in a group chat with my lawyers. Shit.
Oh, so this is the reason why all this is coming out.
Man, my boy Daryl, man, you gotta make sure he's a good dude. He's a good human being.
This is why all this is coming out. It makes sense.
You know, can I just tell you guys something really quick about something like that? There needs to be a clause in legal where if a woman is trying to put allegations on a man and it gets caught in 4K, it's fake,
get in trouble.
The girl needs to do the time.
You had DDG supporters flooding comment sections defending every move. You had Halle's defenders accusing him of emotional manipulation, saying she's just reacting to trauma. And in the middle of all of it, a baby caught between two people, two worlds, each trying to prove they're the better parent by dragging the other through the mud. What made it worse was how normal this started to feel. Every day brought new screenshots, new streams, new receipts, and people were eating it up like it was the latest episode of a toxic reality show. But it's not a show, it's someone's real life. And here's the part that nobody likes to admit. We shouldn't be watching this. We shouldn't even know these things. The court documents, the texts, the videos, they were meant for a judge, not TikTok. And yet, we know every detail. Because both sides made it public. Whether they meant to or not, DDG and Halle brought their breakup into the arena, and now neither of them can control the narrative anymore. In the end, we're left with two perspectives. One man saying he's being stalked, manipulated, and attacked, and one woman saying she's being emotionally broken, abandoned, and accused of things she didn't do. The truth? It's probably not black or white. It's somewhere in the gray, and we'll likely never know the full story. But here's what we do know. A court denied DDG's request for emergency custody. Halle still has temporary sole custody. Both restraining orders are in effect, and both are still fighting, legally and emotionally. But no matter who you believe, one thing is certain. This should have never played out on the internet. If this whole thing made you uncomfortable, good. It means you still understand the difference between real life and content. But if you want to stay up to date on stories like this, breakdowns with facts, not just clicks, then hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. And if you've got thoughts on all this, the comments are open. But keep it respectful. We're not just talking about celebrities, we're talking about parents, about a child, and about what happens when private lives go way too public. Some stories aren't meant to be told this way, but once they are, no one walks away the same.